So many times we want to fall into the victim mindset. We want to make everything mean something to us. We have an interesting story, and this is coming from personal experience that I had this week. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down a little bit and see why the victim mindset does not help a person out. The beliefs that we have are what actually holds us back. And so we're going to be talking about the sad, terrible descent into victim mindset today on episode 236 of The Relaxed Male. This is The Relaxed Male, a show that comes to you each week helping men to remove the nice guy from their life so they can actually live their life on their terms. Join the host, certified coach Bryan Goodwin, as he helps men step out of their heads and become free from the thoughts that bind them. Hey man, hello and welcome to The Relaxed Male. I'm your host Bryan, and I am a certified men's coach who assesses men who are just neck deep in the suffering of their life. These are the men who are struggling with their relationships, trying to find ways to make their bride happy, yet they are just making themselves miserable in the process. What are men to do? How do you change your bride? How do you change your wife to being this person who is more accepting, more open for a relationship? Do you change how you approach that marriage? Or do you see how you can have a discussion and embrace the dynamics of her strengths and your strengths? You can do this. This is a podcast where I love to see men become better men through their actions and through their ways that they converse, and how they keep themselves playing small by the very thoughts they have. And that's what we're going to be talking about this week. Is this last week I had a bit of a roller coaster. Now, a lot of it is stuff that I brought on to myself. All right. Now, I live in a small town, and this small town doesn't have anything like an HOA or anything like that. But because I have been so committed and pushing the getting Relaxed Male up off the ground, because, well, I would like to get out of the truck, I have been neglecting to mow my lawn. I had somebody for the past 2-3 years who was mowing my lawn, and the guy who originally was mowing lawn, he, at the end of last year, were just kind of flaked out. I think he went back on drugs that he was on at one time, and just disappeared. And he's still running around. He hadn't been disappeared. He's still here. He's just lives over in a little bit larger town. Just got up, decided to move. His actions had become very erratic, and that's why I'm saying it looks like he went back on to using meth and stuff. But he was a reliable guy. I mean, he annoyed the hell out of my wife, because as soon as he got finished mowing, he knows that payday, I'm not paying him until Friday, because that's whenever I get paid. And so Wednesday afternoon, which is when he would normally mow, sometimes Thursday, he would show up wanting to know if he could get paid, and be like, no, we have to wait until Friday. I'll get home, give you the money, and we're good. We're kosher. And did that great for a couple years. Then this year, thought I had somebody to replace him with, but the guy that I was, the young man that I was going to have mow the lawn, he got a job offer that he wanted to try out. And so he took off to Arkansas, and he was going to do that for a little bit and stuff. So he recommended somebody else to do the mowing for me. And so I called him up. He came over, he'd mowed the lawn, did a great job. All right, sweet, awesome, kicked butt and all that. Came back, he did it again, and then nothing. Called him. Hey, look online to go on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, hey, know anybody around here that mows lawns? not really get anything. Or yet, the local commercial lawn mowing company, which I mean, they wanted to charge $300. It was like, screw that. And I didn't want to mow the lawn. I hated mowing the lawn, even from whenever I was a kid. I hated mowing the lawn. Well, was when I was checking the mail last Saturday, we got a nasty gram from the city saying our lawn's is overgrown and we got to get it taken care of. It's like, all right, well, I'll get to it this weekend. Well, my wife went to go pay the bill and, they were asking her about, so when are you going to get the lawn mowed? I was like, well, whenever he gets the lawn mowed. And it's like, well, we can get it. We can take care. We can get it, the lawn mowed. What do you think it's going to end up being? And the guy quoted an astronomical, stupendously idiotic, asinine number. He said $400. And, when my wife told me that, I was like, "Bert, you, that is insane." And I'm long line of other expletives associated with it. Wasn't going to have that. Wasn't going to do it. I was like, I've been trying to get stuff together to do to get the lawnmower up and running, knowing that the lawn has gotten way, way, way out of control. So, dogs had, chewed the pull string, into two. So now it was too short. I couldn't grab a hold of it. I was going to have to be taking it up and off and all that stuff. And that was just, I'm not going to didn't want to mess that. Wanted to put a new one on. So I was going to get that all taken care of. Couldn't find the right size, socket on that. So it ended up getting a metric system, set of sockets that I could actually get in there to remove the starter, the cover on the top of the engine, so I could get to the winder, so I could actually attach a new pull cord and all this. And I was amassing stuff slowly and not as fast as they would like. And then on top of that, for the past 2 weeks, this is going on week 3, my car has been dead. And it not just dead, it's been dead because apparently we had developed a leak behind the turbo, which I didn't even know my car had a turbo, which is the wild part. Cause I'm used to hearing turbos spinning up, nothing there. So it was like, all right, well, we found the leak, been farting with this leak for way too damn long. And finally it's like, all right, let's get it done. Let's get the leak fixed. Because, well, we can't drive it. So might as well go in and get it fixed. So now I've had a couple of weeks where I've not had a working car, and it is a bit of a pain in the butt having to use my semi truck to go grab my groceries and get a couple of in-town errands run and stuff like that. And being able to go over to Ace and Atwoods and Dollar General and any other place that I need to go, it's kind of a pain in the ass because, I mean, you got this oversized truck and you can't, or not, well, it's not oversized. It's a normal sized semi truck, but for parking in parking lots, you can't just park because there is a little bit of weight to them. I mean, a little more than your typical Humvee. About the biggest thing I can think of, heaviest thing I can think of that might equate closely in some distant manner. So it weighs. It's a hefty machine. So I have to, the logistics, all that. All right. So this week, my wife called me up and goes, "You better get the damn lawn mowed," and told me price, did my spiel of bull crap, all that, and spun out into victim mindset, trying to come up with as many different things, being as petty as I could. It's like, what could I do? If they wanted a $400, would I get it? Would I do the $400 in pennies deal just as a big FU, or get $400 in ones and walk up to the lady at the deal and throw it at her, and talking to one of the guys there. And he's like, well, he was trying to trying to paper over or whatever. But he's like, Well, it's not, it really doesn't bother us that, whether your lawn is mowed or not. It's just everybody else in town's talking about it. I was like, who cares? And this is what got me thinking about, one, the victim mindset. I was deep into the victim mindset. How dare you? I've been drinking. No, actually, I haven't. I haven't been trying all that hard to get a replacement lawn mowing person. Second of all, I know that I am, as I've mentioned a couple places, I've gotten way overweight because of quitting smoking. And it's time for me to start moving some, instead of just sitting around working on anything that I can sit still on. Stop that. Let's get to actually improving my health. Start working on the body pillar. And because of that, it's actually a good thing that all this has happened, because I've had to work. Yesterday we had almost 100-degree weather. Today, thankfully, it got a lot cooler. But we had a lot of rain also. So I'm not able to actually still mow, because my backyard actually has still a lot of grass. It's just flipping thick. It's comes up to my thighs, or not thighs, my calves. Sorry, not that deep of grass, but up to my calves, and it's some seriously thick grass. And so it's taking a lot, just even if it was dry, to take a lot. But because it is wet and it clumps up so much more, trying to mow wet grass, if you know anything about mowing wet grass, it is a pain in the ass. And it's, you move a half inch and it chokes down. And so then you have to clear everything out, rip the cord again, and go another half foot, and all of a sudden it chokes again. And there's so many different things you could try and do, and you're swinging this and swinging that and trying this and throwing fits and cussing and hollering and stomping and looking like the town fool. But at the same time, it's got me working. But at the time, I was just in this state of misery because I wanted to be the victim. I wanted to play the victim. I was not coming to any solution, because how dare they? Don't they care that I'm trying to make something of myself? Don't they care that I am trying to get my family up to a better spot so I can make this house look better? Because I know the house looks disastrous. I know I've got crap piled everywhere, every which way. I've got limbs and branches, trees that are overgrown too close to the house. And I've got a lot of stuff wrong with the house. I get that. But then I heard everybody else going off about how they thought it was unfair, which is really interesting, because that is a set of people who have decided I'm not following their prescribed belief. And so they have decided, oh, well, why do I have to mow my lawn if he doesn't have to? Well, that's just it. That's the question. Why do you have to? Isn't because I'm not doing it. You don't have to actually mow your lawn. The reason why you mow your lawn is because you've told yourself you have to mow the lawn. You've told yourself that you have to go out there, mow the lawn, weed eat everything, trim it all. I don't care. Yeah, does the yard look better now that I've mowed it? Yeah, it looks nicer. And I feel better about it for myself. I could give a rat's ass about what anybody else in that little sleepy town that I live in thinks of my yard, as evidence to the state that it was in before I started mowing. And I'm still not happy with city manager, because I mean, it's a screwed up deal, because I mean, hell, the city manager is just could easily tell people, it's like, build a bridge, get over it. If you want your yard to look nice, make your yard look nice. Do it for yourself. But I mean, he's not going to do that. One, because he's not a coach and he doesn't think that way. But at the same time, it is interesting that I almost don't completely believe what was being said about what the house is, that it's not fair. I think that is just the person at the city hall that was wanting to make it, saying that as a means of just kind of having to escape the discomfort of, yeah, well, we decided we wanted to make sure that your lawn was lower, because we've got the 100th anniversary of Route 66 running through town, coming up in like 2 years from now, maybe a year, 2 years from now. So we're starting to get a lot of traffic driving through the town that I live in. And it's not like there's anything really there. There's a couple of really old Art Deco style filling stations. There's like a Phillips 66 that used to be a Phillips 66. It's not anything there. And the Cotton Bowl Motel, which has been bought out by somebody who turned it into just a house with a bunch of storage rooms. There's another hotel that was converted into a house with several storage rooms. And that's all that really is there. Yeah, they put a crap ton of work into the park for no one to really play with, because most people don't go to the park anymore. I'd go to the park from time to time to walk the dogs, and now I do it so that I walk. But again, it's just a matter of, what are your thoughts? What are you making somebody else's actions mean about you? What is that fact that is somebody else? If you see somebody else's lawn, it's not mowed, and you're going, well, God, that looks ugly. Well, okay. That's you having a thought, having a judgment about a lawn. Does it mean my yard is ugly? Possibly. But it also could be, no, maybe I'm just being green. Maybe I'm just somebody who doesn't want to pollute the air with a lawnmower, green or other battery powered, electric or what, because no, you're still going to have to utilize power someplace. So you're burning off, the coal, natural gas, or nuclear, whatever the power source is. You're still having to, even if it's wind or solar, you're still just they're still taking that energy, and you have to convert it. And it takes time, causes me to have to work because I'm pushing a mower, which causes me to expel more carbon dioxide. So I'm growing my grass and the weeds out in my yard so that they consume more carbon dioxide. Maybe that's why I do it. Now, honestly, no, I don't give a shit about that, but still there's, that's a line I could actually take. That's a path that I could be doing that. Maybe that's why I grew my yard out. That may be why I don't care about mowing my lawn. But in all reality, I don't care about my lawn. Mowing my lawn is because I don't care about mowing my lawn. Plain and simple. It's a lawn. It says nothing about the people inside the house. If anything, it says that you have more time to just do random stuff. Now, there are things that need to be done to the house that I haven't. And that's because I've been spending more time. I've not been very intentional with my time. This whole thing is actually a good experience. It's a good results that has been produced, all because somebody had, by what's reported to me, someone got butthurt that I don't put as much effort into my yard as they put into theirs. So, hey, I got myself out. I'm mowing the lawn. Bingo, bango, boingo. I'll start turning Saturdays into work days and turn Sundays into my business day. Means I'll probably end up putting 12 hours into here instead of just 6 times 2. I'll just have to get over here at 6 and work until 6, and that'll be fine. That'll be good. What is this going to look like? I don't know. I haven't really started forming it. I've just started, as I was mowing, contemplating the different ways that I could get back at City Hall for making me have to sweat and push a lawnmower and get dirty and all that. I mean, boo, right? So all that, all that did is it allowed me to first process, what am I actually angry about? What is it that I'm actually getting angry about? And it's that I'm being forced to have to do something. And yeah, I mean, Dan, the city manager, he could just as easily have just let it go, but he didn't. And that's fine. He's doing what he thinks is best. I'm doing what I think is best. And sometimes we don't sync up eye to eye. Sometimes, a lot of times we don't sync with me and Dan. We don't sync up eye to eye. And that is fine. It's not a end of the world situation. Even if they were to come out and mow the lawn and had charged me $400. Okay. Well, means I'd get my lawn mowed once a year. And in all reality, it probably would save me money because hell, I spend more on that about to spend $200 every month mowing the lawn beforehand. So that tells me that now if they were to do it $400 and I did it just once a year, I'd be even, at the best even, but more than likely I would be saving money. So, I can look at this in so many different ways. And this is what's so fun about intentionally thinking your life through. What's pissing you off? Well, I got pissed off because I didn't want to do this. Okay. So what's another way I could look at this? That, hey, I'm getting out there. I'm doing some physical exercise. I'm sweating. And I stink right now. I still stink because I got up this morning to finish off a little section of the yard that I knew I could get that was easy while mowing, while being wet. But now the rest of it, I just have to let it set. And so probably next week I'll get out there. I'll finish the rest of that lawn and then I'll go over the front part of the lawn again because, hey, it needs to be done. And that's how things go. I have plans. I want to do stuff. Other plans come along. They bump you out. I can get angry. I can get pissed off. And what it is I'm just frustrated that I'm not able to do what I want to do. I don't have the power I had the power. I could find somebody else. I could go ahead and utilize the commercial landscaping company to come out, mow the lawn. It's not going to really fix anything other than it cost me $200 probably to have them come out and mow the lawn, clean the yard up and all that other stuff. But if they were to take away all the trash and extra crap and stuff like that, I might actually be up for spending $400 with them. But that's down the road. Probably more than likely what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through. I'm going to dig a little hole, take the extra bits of wood that I have piled up, and have myself a little campfire in the backyard, and enjoy the day, enjoy the night, enjoy the coolness when fall creeps in. It is all up to you. You can be in victim mindset. Is it going to help? I could fall into dude Karen. I could and fall into that type of thought of thinking process, getting just as petty and walk around being angry at the world. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to help me. I want to be able to go around in life and have a good time, have a smile on my face, have love for everybody. And is that going to happen realistically all the time? No, most of the time I'm kind of walking around. Half the time I'm pissed off at something and the other half I'm full of love. That's life. 50-50, baby. It's a 50-50 life. That, as always, your life, my life, everyone's life. All you that have to do, though, is decide, do you want to keep feeling pissed off? Do you want to keep being angry? Do you want to have a better life? Do you want to have a life that you're no longer striking out at your wife, not physically striking, but verbally striking out at your wife because she said something that hurt your feelings? What if you could relax? What if you could become somebody who, yeah, you're going to get angry. You're going to even stomp around. You may slam a door or two, but in 30 minutes later, you've processed what's going on inside of you. You processed the irritation that's sitting inside of you. And instead of going off and drinking beer or smoking some pot or looking at porn or just closing yourself off to the world and just playing video games, you actually step into the challenge, step into the fact that you need to mow the lawn. You can do that. And yes, I am a terrible homeowner. I get this. I admit this 100%. You can be the person society needs right now, or you can be a whiner. You can sit around, bitch, moan, and groan. You can be what your wife and your kids need, or you can be an absentee dad. You could be an absentee husband. You're married in the name, but there's nothing else there. And then we stand around and we wonder, well, why did she leave? Because you weren't putting gas in the tank. You weren't charging up the relationship. Well, what, do I have to do everything? Yeah, actually you do. You have to do everything that you need to be doing, and you can. If you want help doing this, I have a 3-month program right now for $300. That is 90% off of the full package whenever I decide to start introducing that. It's 95% off. That is $300 for 3 months. Each week, you and me, we will talk it out, find out, come up with strategies that you can use to help bring out that alluring, sexy, beautiful bride that you know is still there in that house. Bringing her out so that all of a sudden, instead of being locked up in the bedroom, she comes out from time to time, sits down, and watches a movie with you. You can do that. If you want to be able to do that, you can go to relaxmail.com/lovebirds, or you can go to the show notes for this episode, and down at the bottom is a button. Click that, and you'll be taken to the sales page, and you can then schedule a consult call, and we'll sit down, we'll talk it out, see what it is you're wanting to accomplish. And I can see if you're somebody who really wants to be coached, or if you're just wanting to go through the act. I think most guys want to learn how to actually get better at their relationship, but to be able to do that, a lot of times they have to get a little bump in the butt, be told that they're going to be charged $400 to have their lawn mowed. That was the kick in the pants I needed. Maybe that's the kick in the pants you need. And if anything on this episode resonated with you, sounded just, oh my gosh, yeah, that's what I've been in the same predicament, or you know somebody who is in that predicament right now, share this episode with them. All podcast apps these days have a share button. Hit that share button, share it out onto Facebook and Twitter. Share it onto Instagram and Threads and Mastodon and Storyfire and all the other places that you might be at. And let those guys in your life know there's this place called Relax Mail. It is a place that is changing men's lives, helping their relationships become better and stronger. If you want to know, have from time to time, and I'm going to be starting to go live with this. And if you want to be able to listen to the podcast live, it's being recorded, which will get all the oopsies and the and the mess ups and little side tangents that I end up cutting out. All that will end up being in the live episode, and you can get that by getting a Podcasting 2.0 app. And you can do that by going to relaxmail.com/new apps, all one word. And there you can choose a new podcasting app. You can actually start listening to see what is going on, and catch all the information just as it comes out. And then every Sunday or every Thursday, you will end up getting that episode edited down, looking nice and pretty, polished up, sounding great. So guys, with that, I want to say thank you very much for listening. Hope you have a great rest of the week. And stay out of that victim mindset, because it's not going to help you. It's going to hurt you. It's going to hold you back, keep you from having the success that you actually want. So guys, with that, I want to say thank you very much for listening. Till next time, bye.